Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Acupuncture's My Life. Now, in today's episode, I want to discuss some of the best eating habits that, along with acupuncture, can help combat against seasonal depression. Now, there are many individuals out there that are experiencing depression or depressive symptoms. And here's what's key. They're experiencing these symptoms in sync with the change in seasons. Now, these depressive symptoms tend to ramp up during the winter months, but even in some cases, summer months. And there are many causes for these symptoms to ramp up in a particular season. And you see, to an acupuncturist, this can be a sign of a disorder with relative to the 5 elements with regard to your internal organs. And you may experience, let's say, sadness, moodiness, sluggishness, low energy, hopelessness, and more. And let's just say even in the winter months, those are the months of the kidneys and the bladder. Whereas the fall is the months of the lung and large intestine. So by the time spring comes, now you're dealing, the period of germination where you're dealing with the liver and gallbladder. Summer months, early summer, heart, late summer, stomach and spleen. But I'm not going to get overly deep into it with regard to the seasons and the alignment of the internal organs. I'm going to let you see an acupuncturist to discuss that further. I want to get into eating habits along with acupuncture that'll help you deal with seasonal depression. Because, this is all based on the cyclical nature of this particular type of mental health condition. And it's hard to deal with on a yearly basis. And there have been those that have not seen an acupuncturist to address this condition. And it's gone on for decades. Along with my own experience, my global colleagues, we've discussed this and at length, that there are those that find out that acupuncture can benefit mental and emotional disorders, and we're glad that they realize it. And this is why I'm discussing this in this podcast, because many of you are unaware of that. And even in just focusing on seasonal depression, there are some that say, when the change of seasons, or this particular season or seasons, I notice I always feel down. I always feel depressed. And those of you that go through that and haven't seen an acupuncturist yet, it's imperative that you do so. Okay. But now when it comes to eating, first and foremost, you want to focus on more vitamin D rich foods, because vitamin D is a crucial vitamin. And especially, there are certain periods where we spend too much time indoors and we're not getting enough sunlight. And it's one of the major reasons as to why many individuals face seasonal depression. And this is due to lack of sunlight and vitamin D activation. And there are even studies that show people who are vitamin D deficient tend to be more depressed. All right. But you want to look to get your vitamin D, especially from like certain types of fish like salmon, which I tout so much. But it has to be wild salmon, not farm salmon. The same with trout, eggs, and more. These things are important. Another is you want to get plenty of protein in every meal, but try not to overdo it. But getting enough or plenty of protein during your day can help you manage symptoms that tend to align itself with seasonal depression. Why is that? Because protein tends to not only boost chi and blood, but it also raises the body's feel-good chemicals. And those chemicals are like dopamine and serotonin. And if you're getting this boost throughout the day, it's like, ooh, it's like you're a natural high that's healthy for you. And you see, eating protein with meals, like I just stated, it helps boost chi. It also helps prevent blood sugar drops that trigger mood swings. All right, so getting enough protein with your meals, and you can get this protein from red meats. You can get it from, and this is grass-fed type of beef or whatever. You can get it from eggs, beans, chicken, salad. But another thing I strongly recommend over and over: leave the processed foods alone. Leave the processed foods alone. Because, as I've stated so many times, these simple sugars that tend to be in processed foods and snacks, it causes a spike in blood sugar. And you may feel good for that particular moment, but then when it drops, boom, it'll magnify other depression symptoms that you may be experiencing as a result of your energy now being low. So what happens? You got a false spike in chi, but it really wasn't chi. But now you're chi deficient, which triggers symptoms of depression. So you want to stay away from processed foods. Okay? You really, really do. And this is why I say see an acupuncturist over and over. I say it all the time, because health is wealth. The wealth, it's not under the mattress or under the doghouse in the backyard. It's not in the shoebox in the closet. It's not in your wallet. The wealth is not in your purse or your pocket. And you know where else the wealth is not. It's not in the bank. It's not in the safe in your office. It's not in an app on your phone. And it's not in the cryptocurrency account. The wealth is in you. Which is why you listen to Acupuncture's My Life podcast. But another recommendation is to have enough, taking at least like 3 cups of, I don't even want to base it on cups, but like at least 3 to 4 servings of leafy green vegetables per day. Awesome source of folate. There are many individuals that don't realize that they're folate deficient, and that heavily correlates with depression. Okay, because folate deficiency plays a big part in chi deficiency because it tends to impair a person's metabolisms of neurotransmitters that are very important for, like, let's say, mood, including serotonin, dopamine, or noradrenaline. So you want to eat leafy green vegetables such as spinach and kale and romaine lettuce, turnip greens, bok choy, and other sources of folate you can get from asparagus, you can get from oranges, avocado, beans, broccoli. Those are quality sources of folate that plays into nourishing chi throughout the body. Another thing is you want to eat smaller meals, more frequent, but smaller, healthy meals. That's important. You want to eat meals high in fiber, which helps stabilize a person's blood sugar levels, as well as energy levels. Because having enough fiber in your diet is extremely important. Extremely important. You see, the thing here is, along with a good diet and regular wellness visits to an acupuncturist, what do you feel you'd be concerned over when it comes to your health? That's the $1 million question. What about seeing an acupuncturist would have you worried? I thought so. You know, all you have to do, and I've said it 1,000,000 times, is just simply make acupuncture a part of your life, okay? Because acupuncture is my life. What's yours?